So we're officially going the route of a reverse stock split, but will it work? Hi again, everyone. I hope you're all doing really well. So following on from my last video, literally just as I published it, Mullen Automotive obviously came out with the news that they are enacting a 9-for-1 reverse stock split, which, you know, from an investor's perspective is somewhat positive because it means that they are not, you know, splitting more than 1 for 250 over a 2-year period. Still, it's pretty devastating when you consider that when you factor in the last reverse stock split, your position has moved from every one share you have now was worth 225 shares in the past. So numerically, it's not great. In terms of the underlying value of the share, it's probably, you know, it doesn't change too much, but still, it's not like obviously a fun thing to go through. Now, it's probably a good thing. So if Mullen Automotive was to fall into listing issues with the NASDAQ again, they now will have the ability to apply for extensions. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the fact that it is a 9-for-1 reverse stock split. So 9-for-1 reverse stock split based on a closing share price of 11 cents per share means that we're only going to actually be getting a 99-cent you know, share price when this thing splits. So, and on that note too, we haven't actually seen any SEC filing for the exact date or when that comes, but that might happen sometime in the aftermarket today, who knows. But yeah, so it only takes the stock up to 99 cents. So what's going to have to happen is that the company's going to have to really rely on that $25 million stock buyback to really be that metaphoric line in the sand that we've been talking about in past videos here. So it's basically going to push, they'll hopefully use that to push the stock up to say $1 or $1 and just over $1 maybe, I don't know. And they'll just have it in as whenever the stock comes down to that price, they'll buy more. So what it kind of does is it does kind of trap any recent shorts in the stock. And, you know, there had been a creeping up of shorts in Mullen Automotive in recent days as there was anticipation around this reverse stock split. So there's a bit going on there. Now, like I was saying, you know, it means that now that we've done 1 for 9 and following on from a 25-for-1 earlier this year, effectively shareholders have seen one of their current stocks, once this split's done, was formerly worth 225 stocks. So that's not great. So if you were someone who had bought 1,000 shares in the company at the start of the year, after the 25-for-1 reverse stock split, you went down to 40, and then after this one, you'll go down to 3 and some change. So, you know, that's not fun to look at, but at the same time, we might be looking at what's representing the bottom for the company. Now, in terms of how the stock reacted to this news, it actually kind of had a pretty flat day. Leading into the day, and what my video before was about, was that it looked like there was going to be some negative broader sentiment which was going to hurt Mullen Automotive. The fact that, you know, Tesla was facing some headwinds with China and increased competition with Hyundai. You know, I thought that was going to have a dragging effect on Mullen Automotive, and I think that kind of did. So the 9-for-1 reverse stock split was always going to be a negative, but the fact that it was at the lower end of the ratio for what it could have been probably is somewhat of a positive, and actually as a result we ended up having a somewhat neutral day. Yeah, anyway, so I guess we're just waiting to see when the SEC filings for this event come out. You know, that's kind of when it's going to be all official. Like, if it doesn't come out tonight, I don't think they can actually reverse stock split tomorrow. They'd have to probably, I think they have to wait. They have to do it the day before it's going to happen. I don't think they can do it pre-market. So just keep an eye out for it, but that can come anytime. You know, it doesn't have to come in the aftermarket session. It can come in the, you know, the late hours of the night too. So yeah, hopefully that's going to be something to put a bit of a, you know, a price floor in the stock. It's effectively doing it. It's putting a price floor in it. And, you know, if we have some good PR that follows up from this, we know it could be a bit of a turnaround for the company. But at the same time, you know, it's not great news, but it's at least getting the stock to do something which hopefully will help it regain compliance in the long term. Initially, I thought the company might just go and try and blow it all out of the water and take out all the liquidity in the company by doing a huge reverse stock split. Again, there's issues with that. Like, you know, obviously existing shareholders will get destroyed, and there will be no more opportunity for the company to renew extension or apply for extensions if there were to be any other future NASDAQ listing issues. So, you know, kind of a positive. it's not negative, but it's probably not the worst case scenario in terms of reverse stock splits for this company. Anyway, what do you think of this whole situation? Do you think this is having this sort of price floor is going to be a good thing for Mullen Automotive, or do you think that $25 million is eventually going to run out and we might actually see some further downward pressure? Or do you think it's at a time where, you know, the company's going to actually start seeing some turning around because of the positivity around its operations and the fact that, you know, perhaps the macro environment might be starting to see greener days ahead of it? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you get any more updates on Mullen Automotive, share it in the comments below again, please. That's actually how I found out about the stock split in my video. Someone had dropped it in the comments there, so I really appreciate that. Till next time, everyone, may the markets trade in your favor. Cheers.